So I started my journey as an entrepreneur in 2010 when my son was 1 year old, and I had a good excuse of starting my own business, which I wanted to do since long. And 2010, I started with my first company, that was the Success Route, which was into helping brands with their branding strategy and all other things. Eventually, as the Success Route progressed, I started getting in touch with a lot of startups who needed help in their branding and strategies, digital space. So that is when I started the second firm, which was Mentorpreneurs. Mentorpreneurs was basically a network of mentors which we had created, which would actually guide startups on various aspects. So there were mentors from different fields like marketing, finance, legal, all different fields, and that is how Mentorpreneurs came into picture. And while we used to create batches in Mentorpreneurs where there were small batches of startups that used to come together, and in one batch I had this company called at Spoina, which was into influencer marketing. And that time influencer marketing was at a very initial stage. So we were mentoring Spoina, and then one fine day, and that had a lot of potential. So one fine day the entrepreneur called me up and he said that I would like to close down my business due to some personal issues. And since I had 14 odd years of experience into marketing and I found the business interesting, I said, don't close down, I'll take over the business from you. And I'll buy the equity in the company. And that is how I actually took up Spoina from the existing founder. And when I actually took up Spoina, it just had one client and a lot of dues pending. So we started restructuring the whole company. And today, Spoina is one of the leading influencer marketing company. And we are working with a lot of leading startups, MNCs, and so we have a network of 10,000 odd influencers, and we have completed approximately 200 plus campaigns. And the biggest campaign that we did recently, which had 3 million views on Instagram and 3 million views on TikTok, was with Mama Earth. And that campaign got a lot of, because of lockdown, the mothers were actually going through a lot of stress managing things. And we wanted something which could, just pep up the mood on the Mother's Day for all the moms. So we designed a Mother's Day campaign where we designed a song for mothers especially. And we had a lot of moms coming ahead and dancing with their kids, a lot of kids dancing for their moms. Even we had Shilpa Shetty who did the song for us. So yeah, so that was covered across platforms. And there have been a lot of case studies written around that campaign as well. So this is a little brief about myself.
So coming to the topic, what is exactly a personal brand, and around what areas should it be built around?
So Kshitij, I think personal brand, basically what I personally feel is needs to be built around credibility. Uh, I think people, while building the personal brand, people should actually think who they are really, and not try to, fake up themselves, because it is very easy to fake up yourself and pretend that you are something that you are not.
Shraddha ma'am, you're on mute.
And in that case, they actually end up messing up. So personal brand should be basically built on credibility, trust, how much reliable you are, because as an entrepreneur you are all alone on yourself in your journey. So this is why will someone give a business if you're not credible, if you're not reliable, if people don't trust you. So while creating personal brand, people should from within think who they are actually and what are the best traits that they want to show to the people, be it be anything. So you need to build your personal brand around that.
So my next question would be is it should be more about your personal story or your professional story, and would that change for a woman entrepreneur?
See, first of all, to be very honest, I don't believe in this woman entrepreneur and the man entrepreneur part. I might, a lot of women around you might not agree with me, but when you're out in the market, you are an entrepreneur and you have to fight it with whoever comes in front of you, whether it's a man or a woman or whatever, because you are in a business. So
Right.
I honestly don't believe in emotional sob stories. मेरे life में ये हुआ था kind of a story. Build your story around your personal achievements. Build your story around what you have done in business, and yeah, I think that's what the clients are actually looking at. You know, you being a woman, you'll get some soft corner out of it. I have never believed in that, and I've never worked that way. So I don't think has ever been my story. So I always believe on a professional story that I would like to tell anyone.
Thank you, ma'am, for actually breaking a myth which we all have, that it's like, I've personally seen that many people talking about us like a struggle and emotional story, but I mean, at the end, when you're doing a business, it's a business decision. It doesn't matter what your background was; it's about what you are now.
Absolutely, Kshitij, because see, nobody is interested in, and who doesn't have struggle? Yeah, everyone has struggle. You have struggle, I have struggle. Every other person is having struggle in their own way. You know, even I have a story which is a struggle story, but that side of my story, none of my clients, neither my close, except for my family, nobody knows about it, and I don't want to bring that out as well, because after all, it's all what you've done that matters to people when they're giving you business. So I think entrepreneurs should stick to that kind of side of theirs when they're going out in the market.
So I'll ask you another question. So, does personal brand does it differ when you meet somebody in your real life versus when you meet somebody on a social media platform?
uh, it does a lot of time. When, see, with me it doesn't actually, because what I am, whether it be on social media or whether you meet me personally, I'm a very straightforward person, and that is how I am. But I have seen people who that's why in the starting I said, don't try to fake up your personal brand, that don't try to be someone else when you are something else. So it's always good that you keep your image on your social media platforms and your actual life the same, so that people could relate with you when they're actually interacting. Can you hear me?
Yeah, please continue, ma'am.
Yeah, so I was just telling you that yeah, it does matter for some people, but that will eventually make you lose business when you actually try to be someone else on social media, and when people start interacting with you in real life, they come to know that you're not the person that you were on social media. So I would always suggest entrepreneurs that what you are, be what you are, so that people look at you that ways, and when they come to you, they come with an expectation that, okay, when you go to this person, this is what you're going to get. They have no surprises around interacting with you.
So can we say that although first impression matters, but the second and afterward impressions also matter?
Every impression matters, yeah, I would say.
Right. Sure, ma'am. Thank you for those insights, ma'am. Thank you. No,
We're
ma'am,
done.
that would be all. Thank you for your time, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.